Hello friends, I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. You may have seen very briefly on Monday morning that a video went up that was a haul video that is gone now. Essentially, I filmed a haul video and then decided later that I was unhappy with it and that I didn't want to leave it up. So this is me refilming that haul video. So I received a shipment from Wrapunzel somewhere in the middle of Hanukkah, and it has a lot of scarves from the winter line. So yeah, let's just get right to it. And there's going to be tutorials. Of course, there's going to be tutorials. So the first thing that I got, this is the Autumn Sunrise headband. I have it paired here. This is a golden tan, back to basics. I was just outside filming some tutorials, which is why my hands are really cold and my nose is a little red. It's also crazy windy outside. I'm probably gonna post on my Instagram. I like posting little bloopers from my filming just because I think it's a fun glimpse at behind the scenes. But especially today, there was at some point I turned around to like do something and the wind just blew my entire tripod over. It's yeah, it's a little nutty out there. This is what I go through for you all, but I'm happy to be inside to film this portion of my videos for today. So anyway, I have it here. This is a golden tan, back to basics, and I'm just gonna like very quickly, this is just a variation on a beginner's luck, and it's a little rough looking because I was really just trying to like get stuff done this time of year, filming outside, which tends to have better lighting, which tends to have better backgrounds. It's usually a race until I start like losing sensation in my fingers and or my nose and my eyes start running irretrievably. So there was a post on the Wrapunzel community Facebook group looking at one of Olivia's wraps and asking how it was done, and so I'm going to show you right now how I think it was done. It's really just a variation on a beginner's luck. So I have my scarf on my head and I have it pretty uneven. So you want the short tail to be on the side where you're going to do your knot. And then all I'm going to do is fold my edges in and bring this up and over behind my headband. And then I'm going to bring this up and just tie a little beginner's luck knot and just pull it halfway through and fluff it out. But I personally, especially with a scarf like this, this is a really, really soft one, I prefer to do one loop of the beginner's luck. And then on the second one is where I am going to just pull it halfway through and make the little floofy look right there. I just think that is nicer and more secure. You can also kind of take that shorter knot and pull it down so that the fringy bits aren't what's showing so much as like this long tail. So that's all that is. And then I also, because I was trying to get a photo with just the headband, I then took this tail and I'm just going to use it to cover up the short tail. And I literally just brought it the rest of the way around my head and up and kind of like tucked it back underneath, which is how I got the look that I was wearing when I first started filming this video. So very simple, very easy. I always say that I think that the back to basics scarves are very, very underrated. They are super soft. They are super light. They come in a crazy, crazy variety of colors. I think they're polished enough to wear at work, but also can be very, very casual. These would be a really great choice for the like pre-tied technique that I did in my last video. So yeah, check that out. This is a really adorable little headband. As I said, this is the Autumn Sunrise. The really cool thing, and I didn't realize until I was looking it up on the website, is that this headband actually comes in two sizes. So this is the regular size, for those of us with small to medium-sized heads, but it also comes in an extra large. So if you are one of those ladies who likes headbands, but you have a larger head size, and you tend to find that wearing headbands over your wraps doesn't work as well for you because it's not as comfortable, do check this out if you like the colors, because it does come in a larger size. So I thought that was really, really nice. Okay, next, let's talk about the clarity scarf. So I have a tutorial that went up with Wrapunzel just the other day. So this is the side that like the model pictures on the website were at initially, which I think is stunning. I love this teal and orange color combination, but I didn't realize until I got it that look at the reverse side that like really brings that orange forward. I think this is so pretty. In terms of weight, because I always, especially with pashminas, I know I get a little bit nervous about, you know, some of them if they're starting to get heavy weight. This one is actually like, so it's not as heavy as a cranberry. It's not like fully like double layered the way that the cranberries are, so it doesn't have as much bulk. Now in terms of like comparative weights, I actually did weigh out several of my pashminas so that I could give you like a really objective baseline. So my Lakeshore Bliss clocked in at about 150 grams. This guy clocked in at about 200. So doing math, that's like a third heavier than a Lakeshore Bliss. Lighter than the cranberry. So yeah, I thought that was super, super pretty. It's also just like very soft. This one, the label that comes on it says that it is like 30% silk, which is kind of crazy, but like it does have a very soft feel to it. So I really loved that. The other one that I got sent from the most recent Winter 2 line was this Spice of Life scarf. So this is another one that I don't think that the website photos fully do justice. This is in brown. And so this is what the one side of it looks like, where you see you have that beautiful teal on the ends, and like the patterns on this one I think are just so, so pretty. You got that purple in the middle, and then on the other side you have a much more like black, neutral tones, tans on the end, and I just think that this one is so, so, so beautiful. Yeah. Since getting this scarf, I wore it like twice in 1 week, which, I mean, I think you probably have a pretty good idea how many scarves I have in my collection. So if I'm wearing something multiple times in a week, you know it's good. And this one is really, really pretty. It also, this one is lighter. This one weighed in at about 170 grams. So a little bit heavier than a Lakeshore Bliss, but really, really not by much. They also sent me, speaking of Lakeshore Bliss, they sent me one. It is a new color that will be launching in January, I believe. So I'm not going to show it to you, but know that perhaps some new Lakeshore Bliss colors will be coming. And then they also sent me this, which is the Shining Horizons in green. I double checked. This is the green, not the Kelly green. But I love these guys. Like, you know me, I love a square scarf, and the Shining Horizons Israeli tickles I think are so nice because they have the really super soft texture of the regular Israeli tickles, but with the shimmery lines much closer together. It just gives like a really nice, subtle, polished look from a distance. It really doesn't even look like stripes. It just kind of looks like a very gentle glimmer. And I think that's lovely. So that is the haul, but I am going to do a couple tutorials. So I have a tutorial that I hopefully will be going up today, which is Monday, or Tuesday, tomorrow. This video is probably going up on Tuesday as well. So I filmed it with a low bun. This is borrowing from a technique that I did on a wrap in the summertime, and I did it as a shaperless wrap, but I've actually really been loving to use it with a low bun. So I'm just going to tie this on my head if I were wearing this with a low bun, or if I were wearing it with no shaper at all. I would want to pleat up that front edge to eat up some of that extra length. Because I am wearing this right now over my Cloud 9, I am not going to do that. And then just take my triangle back here and tuck it in. So again, I would almost prefer to show you this with the low bun look, but I'm not going to do that right now. So the look that I did during the summer, and I did this as a no shaper look, was I brought up my two ends of a square scarf, tied them here, and then I'm going to take each of these tails, I'm going to spread the scarf out, and then I'm going to keep winding them around each other, but I'm going to do it very loosely. So I'm going to keep my thumb in as I pull this around so that I'm not pulling it completely tight, and I'm going to fluff that up. And then do the same thing again until I run out of scarf, and fluff, fluff, fluff. And this is one of those highly adaptable looks where you can make the things as big or as tight as you would like them to be, do a lot of playing around with placement to get a look that you like. And I'm just going to tuck that little bitty tail under. And then same thing on the other side. I'm going to continue to wrap it around in the direction that it is already going. So you can overlap your loops a little bit or place them closer to one another. Again, it's really, really up to you. And then keep going until you run out of scarf tail. And you just end up with this really nice little crown look, which I think is very, very pretty. This works great without a shaper. It works really great as a half wrap if you wanted to try it that way. And again, as I said, highly adaptable to your own personal preferences. So here it is from the front, from the side, the back, and the other side. However, what I have been doing with the low bun wrap is that I have been doing this as like an asymmetrical accent around the bun itself. So I want you to pretend that my shaper is instead a bun. And I'm really going to take this scarf end and try and get it nice and wide, just because I like the way that looks when it comes around. And then off to one side. And this one, it really doesn't matter if you widen this one up or not, because you're really not going to see very much of it at all in the finished product. And then I like to tie it a little bit off center. If you wanted to do this centered over the back of your head, you absolutely could. I really have been loving it as an asymmetrical wrap. Okay, so now exact same technique. I am going to take my scarf ends, fluff them up, and just wrap around like that. And then wrap and tuck in my itty bitty tail right there. And then here you can see is where most of my length has ended up. And you can experiment if you wanted to put your scarf on a little bit more unevenly, you can do that. Sometimes it's a little bit challenging with the square because you start running out of length in the back to cover. But I am just going to fluff that out and bring it around. Just like that. And you can get some really fantastic volume here. Bring it back again. And then tuck the last bit of your tail. And again, as big or as tight as you wanted to make that, you can really play around to get the shape that you like. But I've been doing this over a low bun, and I think that it is just adorable. So here's what it looks like from the front and from the side, back, and the other side. So this has been one of my new favorite ways to wear squares for the holidays. I think like if you wanted to throw a brooch like right up in here, that would be absolutely stunning. It's a really simple look that's highly adaptable to your personal preferences. You can dress it up, dress it down, and I think it's just so fun. Okay. Let's see. I think I may wish to do one more quick tutorial. We're at 15 minutes. I think we have time. So I think I wanted to show off with the Clarity scarf. I don't even remember what tutorials I did in my original video. I did Sarah Rivka bow. I know that much. I didn't actually love how it came out in that video. Maybe I'm just gonna do like just a simple Regal wrap with this guy. You know, when a scarf is this pretty, sometimes simplicity is like the best thing that you can do. So because it is a pashmina, I am going to try to just crisscross it in the back and not do a knot. And I think that looks good. I did end up with one end slightly shorter, so I think that's going to be my first end that goes over, so I can cover up anything that might want covering. I do the second one, so I'm going to do this with the orange side facing out now. And that is just going to come up and over. I do want to try and keep like this little band of blue showing at the front. You are still going to see it at the back, but I would like as much as possible to keep like the two color thing going on. And then that is just going to tuck right in to the pocket. Gosh, this one is so pretty. I've also been wearing this a lot as just like a scarf because I love it and I think it's gorgeous. Really nice to have like a pop of color at the neck, in my opinion. If you're wearing like a more neutral colored winter coat. And then I think I'm going to try and have the border showing, and I'm going to go back to the blue side and see. Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. And it pleats just like a dream. Bring that around, and then I think I am going to pull the tail through since I have enough. Where is my tail? There we go. And just all the way through. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I think that is so very lovely. And then really like, yeah, spread it out there so we're getting some of like the detail, like even the end of this scarf. I love this. I absolutely love these little like archways on the end of the scarf. All right, and so here it is, pretty simple Regal style wrap from the front, from the side, from the back, and the other side. So that is it for the haul and a couple tutorials. I hope you enjoyed, and that is a wrap for me. As always, thank you so much for watching.